Uh, Another little tidbit of information I wanted to share is like the lights I have are these like grow lights. I don't know what kind they are. Those kind there, whatever. And they're just like some grow lights. I got a set of 8 of them or something like that for like 40 bucks. So I couldn't say no. They've worked pretty good for the last year. I've had them for about a year. And I don't know how long the guy had them before me or whatever, but they're unplugged right now because every now and then I feel a little like it shorts out somehow. It's like with these plants, when they grow so much that they actually touch and grow in and touch these outside lips here, for some reason it shorts out a little bit and I get a little bit of electrical current into the fish tanks. And I've noticed the last couple of days a couple of my fish aren't doing, you can see they're being a little weird and funny. So I was like, I was wondering what was going on. And yeah, it's because all these plants have grown now till they hit the light, and for some reason that's shorting out on here. And how I know that is I broke my fingernail yesterday. Like right there, see where the fingernail's like broken right off and it's super little raw there. And on some cuticles that are like split open, as I was feeding the fish and I stuck my finger in the fish tank, I could feel the little bit of electrical current. And I was like, oh, that's not right. So I had just kept putting my finger in each tank, going along each tank. And as I got closer to where it was actually shorting out on the plants and coming down into the water, well, across the surface of the water, is it got stronger and stronger as I got closer to where it was. And then when I touched the edge of the light with my fingertip here, I could feel it coming right off the edge here. So I don't know if it's shorting out. Like I've tried to tape the ends. I got these ones right up. I don't know if they're shorting out, but I think it's time for new lights. That was sort of, I thought, interesting information that I had. So if you're doing a stand or something like that and you're going to let plants grow, I'd watch what kind of lights you're using, because I don't know why, or there's just so much humidity in here or something that these are shorting out to these outside flanges on these lights. So I'm going to switch those lights out and see if I can get better lights and trim these plants down, I guess. So, but yeah, I just thought that was interesting information that I was going to share with you or whatever. Is I'm sure there's easier ways to figure it out, like voltmeter or something like that, but I figured it out from the cuticles and cuts and broken fingernails I have. I could just feel it through the tender spots on my finger. And then I traced it through and found the lights. It's these two. It's something in these two lights on the backside. I think I can unplug these two and those ones might be okay. And then I got to figure out something for these two or whatever, because something's happening in those. And how I found it was my finger. I just thought I'd share that with you guys. If you feel something sort of funny zinging you in your water, you're probably shorting out on something. And something's not right. Water and electricity, they don't mix very well, so you got to be careful and watch for that kind of stuff. Okay, talk to you in a bit. Yeah, so I don't feel it in these tanks. So these two lights, you see, they're up higher, they're not touching anything, and they're definitely nothing happening in those ones. But when I plug these ones in and you touch this water where the plants are touching, it's definitely shorting out for some reason on these. So I gotta unplug those four and replace these four lights there. Maybe I'll mount them up higher up in behind the stand, and then it'll be higher up and away like these two or whatever. But yeah, no, these ones aren't doing nothing. And it's funny because, yeah, like I said, I just stick my finger in the tank, and right where the water touches the tender parts there, I can feel like a little bit of a burning. That's how I was able to, I noticed it. But yeah, just sharing that information with you guys, that's all. Thought it'd be interesting and funny at the same time. So these two lights are okay. And for some reason, the reason, like I said, was I think it's for the plants touching the light, and I don't know why the light is shorting outside of itself though. So It's something I'm gonna have to leave those ones off for a little bit and get new lights. Because if I can feel it on my finger the way I do, I can only imagine the way the fish are feeling, especially when I go feeding them and they come up to get the food, and they're the, you know, it's probably a pretty good little buzz for them. So I'm glad I noticed it when I did, because I'm sure that would have started causing me and the fish quite a bit of problems in time here. But yeah, okay. You just stay busy on your fish room. Keep working. Talk to you guys in a bit.